Hey friends, hope the morning's treating you well. Amy just showed me this video of Willie Nelson and Richard Pryor playing Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain together. I had never ever seen this. I had never heard of it. And it looks like Sesame Street, where they're on a street, out on a TV set street with a lot of kids sitting around and they're smiling, and Willie is playing Trigger. And it sounds so cool. And Richard Pryor is standing there with a saxophone, and he's kind of got some kind of a outfit on, like a fake, he's got fake dreadlocks, and he's got the Rastafarian sock cap. It looks really, really cool. Everything about it looks really cool. Willie looks great. Richard Pryor looks great. And I'm like, what in the hell is this? And Willie is playing Trigger, and it sounds so cool. Hearing one, Trigger is in a lot better shape. It hasn't had the decades of abuse that it's had since then. I think it was a 71, Trigger's a 71 Martin. I think it's 1971, maybe it's a 69, and he got it in 71. I can't remember which, but he's playing, and he does those cool, like, chromatic bass lines as he's changing chords like Willie does, and it's just slightly off kilter. And it's so Willie. I love that stuff. I think it's really, really cool. Either you love it or you hate it, and I love it. But and then Richard Pryor has a saxophone, and he starts playing, like, for the solo on the saxophone, and I'm like, Richard Pryor doesn't play saxophone, does he? And you start looking at his fingering, and you kind of like notice when he's taking breaths, and he's not playing it. And I don't think he played saxophone, but I'm like, what is this show? What the hell is this a clip from? And it's on the official Richard Pryor channel, and it says Pryor's Place. I mean, I honestly have no memory of this at all. Do you guys remember this? And I just missed it. Because obviously I missed something, but I Googled it, and I found a Wikipedia page. It was a TV show that Richard Pryor had in 1984, and it went for one season, and that was it. And somehow I missed it. In 1984, I wasn't really watching much TV. So I grew up watching, that's why I couldn't understand how I missed it. I thought it was 70s, and I was glued to a TV set throughout most of my childhood. You know, a lot of people from my generation were, but I was Googling, and then this Wikipedia page says, this is for Pryor's Place. Despite a reputation for profanity from Richard Pryor, Pryor's Place was aimed at children. Like Sesame Street, Pryor's Place featured a cast of puppets hanging out and having fun in a friendly inner-city environment, along with several children and characters portrayed by Pryor himself. The theme song was performed by Ray Parker Jr., did Ghostbusters, and Pryor's Place was broadcast on Saturdays on CBS at 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Central, from, September 15th, 1984 to December. So there's that little window, and I just completely missed it. It was replaced by reruns of Land of the Lost. And those must have been pretty old by then. I watched Land of the Lost all the time when I was a kid. I remember the Slee Stacks and Chaka. You guys remember Chaka? It was like so you have all of these dinosaurs and stuff, because they're back in dinosaur times or something. And magically there's these other creatures like Slee Stacks that who knows what the hell they are. And Chaka was some kind of like Bigfoot boy, you know, something like that. And I'm getting way off track here. But when I was a kid, remember the Guess Who, the New Mother Nature, the No Sugar Tonight, when they went into the New Mother Nature part, he says, something says yes and I believe him. When I was a kid, I thought he was singing Chaka says yes and I believe him. Told about the things he says. Chaka, I thought it was like he's singing about Chaka on Land of the Lost. I was a little kid, you know, that's what I believe. Misheard lyrics. I still have no idea what the hell they say. Might Google that. But did you guys see this TV show? I'd never even heard of it. Willie Nelson and Richard Pryor playing two people I adored at that age, to this day. I never had any idea. Of course they'd be buddies. I could completely get how they'd be buddies. But it says the guest stars were Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Scatman Crothers, Sammy Davis. I mean, come on. Pat McCormick, Pat Morita, Willie Nelson, John Ritter, Rip Taylor, Lily Tomlin, Robin Williams, and Henry Winkler. And somehow, there's more. Going down. No more big names that I can see, but somehow that didn't survive. And that should tell you everything that you need to know about the 80s. The fact that Richard Pryor couldn't stay on the air, but who should I throw underneath the bus? Now, all the other things did stay on the air. But if you saw that and you remember it, tell me down below. And Willie Nelson is coming to town this weekend. Well, Farm Aid is coming to Indianapolis, and I was driving to Nashville when the tickets went on sale. They sold out immediately. I guess, which is good because that money goes to a good cause. And I thought, well, something will pop up, or somebody can't go, and I'll just get their ticket. I'll buy their ticket, and it'll be cool. And I put the word out this morning, or yesterday. I'm sorry, I put the word out yesterday saying I wanted to go to the show, and people had actually I said something on Facebook and got all of these spam bots of people. They detected that someone said Farm Aid and tickets, and everybody magically had these tickets from these really sketchy accounts that they wanted to sell me, and can't trust anything anymore. But I went to the website, the Farm Aid website, they're under the tickets thing, and they said they would not honor any resold tickets. If you tried to, I'm guessing they'd check your ID with whoever bought it, and if it doesn't match, they're not going to let people in. It's an attempt to keep people from scalping these tickets, which is terrible because the money goes to charity, and then somebody scalp it and get way more money for something, some third party, the money that should have gone to charity or whatever. So they're trying to stop that, but that makes it to where I do know a couple people who are selling their tickets for under face value, but I'm not sure if I can get in if I buy it from them, because they might think I paid however much from a scalper or whatever. So I'm not going. I'm going to sit home. I think it's on Sirius XM. I think it'll be broadcast on Outlaw Country. I think they've done that in the past. I'm going to be listening to that, and I was really looking forward to seeing Willie Nelson and Neil Young, Mellencamp. Not sure who else is on it. I saw the lineup for the very first Farm Aid, and it was kind of unbelievable. Where there was those cats, there was Dylan playing with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Billy Joel, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Bon Jovi. Who else? There were a lot of people. Remember the interview that I posted with Dave Rowe, who sadly passed away last week? He played the very first notes ever played at Farm Aid with Vern Gosdin and Roger McGuinn. He told that story about the practical joke they played on him, where they detuned his bass. So the very beginning of Farm Aid, the first thing they ever played is this horribly out-of-tune bass. And Gosdin was just laughing, which is amazing to play in front of that many people and to be that lighthearted about it. You go ahead and, we'll detune the bass player's bass. That was the first one. I think in that interview he said the first time Van Halen ever played with Sammy Hagar, like a live concert, was that first Farm Aid. I think that's what they said there. It's just amazing to get that many people. I'm leaving out so many people, so many greats that were part of that, and it's just kind of amazing to me. But have you guys ever been to a Farm Aid? I've never been to one. I'd like to. I'll be completely honest. I was kind of hoping to be able to try to get on the bill for this one somewhere on the undercard or a side stage or something, just to say I was part of it. And I made a couple phone calls and got nowhere. Thinking maybe I have some friend that might be able to, but got nowhere. Maybe down the road someday. I'd love to be part of a farm aid. But if anything, I was looking forward to buying a ticket. Maybe I'll buy a T-shirt or something to support it that way. But either way, tell me if you have seen. I'm going to go ahead, and if I can figure out how to do it, I'm going to link the Richard Pryor, Willie Nelson thing up here. If I can't do it there, I'll do it down in the comments. And I'll see you guys somewhere down the road. Much love to you.